So we're live. Hello, everyone. As usual, we are conducting community calls on a monthly basis. Here's the Equilibrium's team. And today we have, as usual, quite packed agenda with quite a bunch of announcements. And I will be covering a lot of the fronts on the side of partnerships and on which on every partnerships we'll be touching on. We'll be inviting special guests. So today we have quite a bunch of folks who will be covering with us all these exciting announcements. Before we dive into that, let us introduce ourselves as usual. As you know, my name is Alex. I'm the CEO and the founder with Equilibrium. Yeah, let me take it over to Mike. Peter.
Yeah, thank you, Alex. Hi, everyone. Nice to meet you here in the new year. And my name is Peter. I am the BA and the project manager with Equilibrium team.
Amazing.
Hi.
Natalie, go ahead.
Yeah. Sure. Hi, everyone. Nice to meet everyone here again. On a Monday basis. My name is Natalie. I'm from the business development team from Equilibrium. Nice to meet everyone here.
Cool. Let me share my screen. Okay. Seems like it's fine. So let me walk you through our today's agenda just real quick. So firstly, we'll be announcing today our special campaign, which kicks in February. It's called Equilibrium Blast, and will introduce like real farming rewards to bootstrap liquidity in our liquidity pools and also in liquidity pools on external DeFi products and various other parachains in the .sum ecosystem. So also we will be touching on the referendum, which is currently live in our brand new governance portal. We also will be touching on a few partnerships with Astar, with major ecosystem wallets, Crust and Ajuna. And as I said, we'll be inviting guests from all these projects on the screen and touching in greater details regarding the nature of our partnerships. Just real quick, all these partnerships are about integration of our EQD stablecoin primarily, and this is like real important for us and the current focus for our business development efforts. We also will highlight just briefly what you already can do with Equilibrium. I'll share some details in our progress in terms of our roadmap for 2023, and as usual, give you updates on our development. So without further ado, let me introduce our farming campaign. We're very excited about that because for us it's the opportunity to showcase our products in the full scale. First of all, the campaign is kicking in February, so keep up with our announcements. We will be the first to know the exact dates of its launch. The maximum blast APR that we'll be offering in terms of this campaign is 57%. It's really high APR, I guess, on liquidity that you can get in the .sum ecosystem right at the moment. And the campaign itself is designed the way that this APR will be pretty sustainable. So we'll be supporting the following liquidity pools in terms of our campaign. So firstly, it's lending pool. Secondly, it's the stable swap pool, and also there will be the insurance pool supporters within this campaign as well. The special I encourage you to pay attention to the external pools of the .sum ecosystem, effectively on the external AMMs running various parachains. So there will be other also like additional incentives applied on liquidity pools into this well. So we'll be announcing like exact APR on these pools additionally. So there will be a few strategies to maximize your APR. So probably the most interesting strategy is around staking your dots. So you can actually follow four quite simple steps in terms of this strategy. The first one is to stake dots onto the platform through the liquid staking mechanism and get EQ dots, which on the second step you can use as collateral for minting our native EQD stablecoin. After that, you can combine this EQD stablecoin with USDC and put into our native stable swap pools and leverage your LP tokens up to actually 5 times for EQD stablecoins and do the same iterations that I mentioned in the previous steps. So the eventual APR we can get with that is almost 40%. And you can also multiply this APR by locking EQ tokens in our governance. So the maximum multiplier that you can get is 1.5. So you can get it through locking your EQ tokens for 24 months. And actually, this is the great opportunity for our EQ token holders who actually are looking into using our products, because can make a good use of their holdings within our platform. The EQ tokens locked in governance obviously keep up with the governance power, and simultaneously you get a pretty substantial boost on your APR rewards in terms of our Equilibrium Blast campaign. So another good opportunity and strategy for maximizing your APR in terms of Equilibrium Blast campaign is farming using EQD stablecoins and other pools of the Summer ecosystem. So this is the campaign which we're starting in February. Just you, we'll be announcing all the details, revealing like the full spectrum of opportunities to get you guys through this campaign really soon. So keep up with our announcements and our socials, and we'll keep you guys informed. So another thing that I want to touch on today is our listing referendum, which is currently live on our governance portal on Polka Assembly. So the voting is active until January the 31st. So the actual referendum is about whether we need to list EQ right away, or in another case we will conduct the same voting in 1.5 months and decide what to do next. So right now, the proposal for voting is supported with over 53% of votes. And if you're keen on the outcome of this voting, please go right away by the link which you can find here through scanning the QR codes on the slides, and you can basically go and vote using your EQ tokens if you hold any. So let me give it over to Natalie, who will be covering our partnership section today.
Yep, thank you, Alex. Yeah, we are super excited to announce to everyone our series of partnerships that we form, in particularly regarding our EQD stablecoin. Like the first one is our partnership with Astar. We are super excited to announce our partnership with Astar. So basically, Astar Network is a multi-chain smart contract platform in the Polkadot ecosystem that supports both WASM and EVM. So we are happy to actually announce that we have completed XCM integration with the Astar network. So that is the very first basic layer to do to make sure that the infrastructure is ready. So because of XCM, both native assets of both blockchains will be able to transfer natively and securely and trustlessly to Equilibrium, for example. And this opens up like new opportunities for Astar token. So new sort of increased token utility is there for Astar token. So basically Astar community would be able to use their Astar token on Equilibrium for lending their token for yield farming, and also to provide Astar asset as collateral for minting EQD stablecoin without selling away their underlying asset. Astar community can also use Astar token as asset for providing liquidity in the insurance pool to earn the so-called insurance premium. We are providing very attractive APR for securing loans in the system. So because of XCM integration, users are be able to securely like transfer assets over to Equilibrium, and that enable like new use cases for Astar. And of course, conversely, users are also able to transfer EQD stablecoin to the Astar ecosystem as well. So the next immediate thing to do is to provide that ease of accessibility, EQD stablecoin accessibility in the Astar ecosystem. And that we are partnering with Astar to drive this DeFi adoption and EQD stablecoin accessibility in the Astar ecosystem. So we are working together with Astar to launch EQD Astar pool on RSwap, which is the largest DEX on Astar. So both communities will be able to use Astar token to mint EQD stablecoin and bring Astar token and EQD stablecoin to RSwap for yield farming. And users will be able to receive extra rewards on this farm launch. We are targeting to launch this pool in mid-February, so stay tuned for more details. We'll soon be announcing details regarding the APR, the campaign length, and so stay tuned for that. So we are finalizing the details, so we'll be announcing the details real soon. So we are super excited to announce this partnership, and today we have our very honorable guest, who is Ming-Shi Song. He is the head of ecosystem success at Astar Network. I'm now passing the baton back to Alex to invite our special guest today.
Yeah, sure. Thanks very much, Natalie. Just a sec. Let me get him on the call. Just a second. Okay. Invite is sent. So waiting Ming-Shi to connect. Just a second. So Ming-Shi, if you hear us, okay. So he's here. Hi Ming-Shi, how are you?
Hello, Alex. Hello, Peter. Hello, Natalie. Thanks for inviting us.
Sure.
Really
Hi,
honored
nice to
to
meet
be
you.
on the call. Nice to meet you guys. Yes, great. Yes.
Thanks, thanks Ming-Shi. Yeah, thanks for joining and thanks for making the time. Actually, a real pleasure to host you here with us. And why don't you just briefly introduce yourself?
Yeah. Hello, guys. This is Ming-Shi from Astar Network team, and I'm mainly managing the XCM collaborations and ecosystem success at Astar Network. And really honored to be on the call today, and very excited about our coming partnership and collaborations with Equilibrium.
Nice.
Awesome.
So we'll
Thank
have,
you very much.
Yeah, thanks, Ming-Shi. We'll have a few questions for you today. So from my side, what I'm really curious about is, so like, given that the DeFi ecosystem is pretty big and it's growing, like I'm curious, like what's your guys' approach to additional incentives for liquidity and the user acquisition in your DeFi ecosystem these days?
Yes, that's quite an interesting question. Thanks for asking that, Alex. And from our perspective, to attract DeFi liquidity, we are using multiple approaches because right now it's a bear market. And in order to provide users with the best user experience and lowest slippage, we are allocating part of the fund from the foundation side and collaborating closely with other ecosystem partners to do initial liquidity provision, first to secure the minimum liquidity for our liquidity pairs. That's definitely the first approach. And this is to ensure the basic user experience for our ecosystem users to use this, to leverage these pairs to do swaps, to do trading, etc. And another approach that we are using a lot is to provide extra liquidity incentives. For example, when we partner with Equilibrium for the EQD and Astar pair, there will be liquidity incentives from both Astar side and both from Equilibrium side. There will be 3K EQD tokens, I believe, provided by Equilibrium side for users who provide Astar EQD liquidity to the Astar liquidity EQD pair on Astar. And there will also be ARSW token, which is the native token, native protocol token of Astar for users who provide liquidity for the liquidity providers. This is also our approach to attract more liquidity from the community side, from users who actually want to help to bootstrap the liquidity in the ecosystem and to leverage them. Yes.
Awesome. Can I ask a question? Not regarding to liquidity though, but since you guys are an EVM-based chain, have you seen recently any new interesting projects emerging on your technology? Something like we see, well, GMX style in Ethereum, or maybe Uniswap wants to open up their technology on Astar, something exciting?
Yes. Regarding this, yes. First, to bring up one thing, that Astar network is not only an EVM-based blockchain. Astar network, what we are building is actually a cross virtual machine, a multi-virtual virtual machine blockchain. So besides EVM, also supporting WebAssembly, and in the future, potentially other virtual machines, including like maybe Hyperledger Fabric or ZKVMs. And for the EVM side, because right now the pallet contracts is still under auditing, and we will launch the WADM on top of Astar in approximately early Q2. So right now, EVM is still the mainstream. As you just mentioned, EVM is still the mainstream on top of Astar network. And regarding the EVM side, we already have a vibrant ecosystem with all kinds of applications, including NFT, GameFi, Metaverse, and DeFi projects. So some of the notable ones, including Astar, the leading DEX, SL2 and Starlay, the leading lending protocols, and Astridal, the over-collateralized stablecoins, which is going to also work closely with Equilibrium, as far as I know.
Yeah.
And besides that, we also have Metaverse projects like Cosmice and NFT projects like Astar Legends, Candy Girls, etc. And in the coming months, there will be some. Our main focus in Q1 will be on the WebAssembly side instead of. Definitely, we are going to continue to support the EVM side, and besides that, we are going to further bootstrap our WebAssembly ecosystem. Yes,
that's cool. I have a follow-up question though regarding the the WASM side and the EVM WASM connection. I know you guys have been up to actually building like a bridge solution where you can funnel through tokens from different EVM chains directly to any parachain, and everything would be abstracted away from users. So how is the progress on that? Do you have any insights?
Yes. Are you referring to our bridge solutions between multiple virtual machines, or are you talking about our bridges with internal ecosystems?
To the external ecosystem, I believe it's a Sigma bridge, and
Yes.
yeah, the one.
Yes. Thanks for mentioning that. Yes, for the Sigma bridge, it is developed by ChainSafe team, one of the pioneers in the Web3 infrastructure space. And we are working closely with ChainSafe team to bring the Sigma bridge to the .Sama ecosystem. So Sigma, basically, it is an interoperability layer for building cross-blockchain applications. It is basically uses the external verification model with multi-party computation between layers to secure cross-chain message passing. And one of the biggest features of Sigma Bridge is that unlike other bridges right now in the .Sama ecosystem, like the Layer 0 or Wormhole or Cedar Bridge, Sigma, they actually support the parachains from the substrate native level, which means when we connect, when the Sigma bridge is launched on Astar network, users will be able to directly transfer their assets from Ethereum or any other ecosystem to Astar network in a substrate native level in XC20 asset standard. In this way, by supporting the Sigma bridge in Astar network, users will be able to leverage XCM to transfer their assets from Ethereum from other layer ones to adding parachain inside the Polkadot ecosystem that has opened HRMP channel with Astar network. And regarding the Sigma bridge, more info we will release very soon. Yes.
Awesome, really exciting. Yeah, we are happy to hear that a lot of parachains are working on their bridging solutions. And back in the time, we used the older version of ChainSafe. We also have like connections in Kusama to Ethereum, Binance Smart Chain, Polygon, and but they have made a huge leap forward, and I'm really looking forward to that because we need that external liquidity inside Polkadot to actually get things going. Yeah, I agree.
Thank you, Peter.
Yeah.
Hi, Michi. I do have because we are talking about this bridge liquidity. I think that the main sort of liquidity is in the form of a stablecoin. So I do have a question for you regarding stablecoin. Like you mentioned, like a Astar DAO just now. So I believe they have a native stablecoin asset back, which is called BUY as well. So
yes.
Given that there are like a series of recent bridge hacks, so do you foresee like decentralized asset-backed native stablecoin to replace centralized fiat-backed bridge stablecoin anytime soon?
Yes. From a personal perspective, I'm definitely a fan of like decentralized crypto-backed stablecoin instead of the fiat-backed stablecoin. But regarding like how to foresee the future, from my perspective, I think in the short term, fiat-backed stablecoin is still going to be the mainstream of crypto assets since it leads the traditional assets into the DeFi ecosystem. However, but I think in the long term, the crypto-backed stablecoins are definitely going to grow because first, it is censorship resistant compared to all these fiat-backed crypto stablecoins because due to compliance and regulations, all this, your USDT, your USDC, technically they can be frozen by the centralized authority, the issuer. However, all these like crypto-backed over-collateralized stablecoins, they are more censorship resistant. This is one perspective. And another perspective is about capital efficiency. As we can see in the DeFi space, capital efficiency is always like the power engine for DeFi. And higher capital efficiency is actually enabled by utilizing crypto-backed over-collateralized decentralized stablecoins because you are able to mint stablecoins out of your underlying volatile assets without selling them. Basically, you are adding you are able to add leverages to your crypto assets like DOT or Astar tokens by leveraging decentralized stablecoins like EQD or like BUY from Astar DAO.
Yeah, thanks very much for your thoughts. Actually, we definitely looking forward to our future collaboration with Astar DAO as well.
Awesome. Thanks a lot,
Natalie. Thanks, Miksha. This is really cool to see how things coming together. We are super excited about partnerships and looking forward to working with the major Astar ecosystem projects with you guys. And yeah, definitely wish all the success to our collaboration.
Thanks a lot.
Cool. Thanks, Minshi. Thanks very much for joining us today. Let's keep in touch, and we will make transition to our next topic then.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Mingxi.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Bye bye. Cool. So what's coming next? Just a sec. So I guess this is wallets.
Yep. Up next is about our partnership announcement with major wallets. So we are happy to announce to everybody that major wallets are adding EQD and EQD and EQ support. So the major Polkadot native wallets include Subwallet, Talisman, and Fearless Wallet. So what we envision, because like in an effort, like an ecosystem-wide effort to build or to grow EQD stablecoin adoption. So wallet is one of the very important piece of infra puzzle that we think, because like wallets are the very first most interface that the user will be seeing. And therefore, it is very important in our opinion in onboarding new user to the ecosystem, for example. So, and what we are thinking is that what I think wallet can add value is to unify this fragmented user experience that we are seeing right now. Because like, for example, let's say if I want to swap a token, I have to go to, let's say, go to Astar ecosystem, to one of the dApp to check the lending rate and so on. And I probably got to go to Equilibrium. I probably got to go to like a DeFi dApp on Moonbeam, for example. However, I think like one of the big missing piece here is what I think wallet should and hopefully would be able to do is to unify this fragmented UX by having like a one-stop center to provide this sort of like aggregated DeFi services. Like, for example, these are the few functions that we envision and we hope to see. For example, like EQD minting at one click on Talisman wallet, for example, because like on the wallet, I can immediately have a like right overview, like what sort of assets that I have. So it would be super convenient for me to decide which assets to use for EQD minting, for example. And it would be great, like if I can just go to my wallet and then I decide like which asset to lend or which asset to borrow and so on. So I guess this is like the ultimate like vision for us in our opinion that we would love to see in wallets like Talisman. And however, even though that is not yet fulfilled, however, there are already like sort of like certain functions that you can already do as a user. For example, one, you could safely store your EQ and EQD assets on the wallets like that we have integrated. For example, Subwallet, Talisman Wallet, and also Fearless Wallet. You could also easily like transfer Equilibrium native assets by connecting your wallet to Equilibrium dApp. So we are super happy to also be able to invite our honorable guest today, which is Ajuna. He is a Talisman founder. So basically, Talisman is one of the major Polkadot native non-custodial wallet in the Polkadot ecosystem. We are super happy to be able to invite him today. I'll pass the baton back to Alex to invite our honorable guest today.
Yeah, I'm right on this side.
Sure.
Okie dokes, thanks.
Hi, Joel. How are you, man?
I'm good. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, we can hear you well.
Alex, good to see you, Peter. Natalie, we haven't connected yet. It's a pleasure to speak.
Absolutely, Natalie. That's you.
How's my connection, guys?
We hear you pretty well.
Awesome. Well, I was hoping to give you a quick demo of how we can use Talisman with Equilibrium. Does that sound all right?
Absolutely. Just
sounds exciting. Yeah.
Awesome. Now, I'm not super familiar with Crowdcast, so please be patient with me. But I'm going to go share my share screen. I'm going to choose, here we go, this Chrome window that I have open. Fantastic. Can you guys see my screen?
Yeah.
Yes, we can.
Yes.
Awesome. So first of all, we've done a lot of work over the past couple of weeks integrating really nicely with Equilibrium. Now, if you're already a Talisman user, you're probably running 13.1, I think it is. Let me see. Sorry, 1.13.2. And that doesn't have any Equilibrium asset support in it yet. We have done the work to integrate Equilibrium, but we're just waiting to ship the latest build to the Chrome store. So today I want to show you guys like a test build, and we'll have to cross our fingers because test builds might break in unexpected ways, of Talisman, where we've got really great Equilibrium support. Now, first of all, if you've never used Talisman before, Talisman is a super easy way to get started in Polkadot and use all kinds of parachain applications like Equilibrium and explore what we call the Paraverse. So if you want to get started, you can go to talisman.xyz. You can click download the wallet. That'll take you to this Chrome store page where you can add to Chrome. But today I'm not going to add to Chrome. I'm going to add a test build of Talisman. So let's add this here. Cool. And here's what we're presented with. So this is the onboarding screen for Talisman. Today I'm going to start by creating a new wallet. Let me just put in a password in here. My password is password, so it's going to tell us that that's very weak. Don't make your password unless you're doing a demo. And I'm going to agree to opt into analytics so we can keep making Talisman better. And then this is Talisman screen. So you've prompted it with a few things here. If you don't have any funds, you can get some funds. You can back up your seed. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add an account, and I'm going to import my ledger account from Polkadot. I'm just going to quickly unlock my ledger here. Give me one moment. Oops, stuffed up the password, one sec. Perfect. So I'm going to open up, choose Polkadot. I'm going to choose the Polkadot app. I'm going to connect to my NanoS Plus. Perfect. And here are some Polkadot accounts coming in. Just give it 1 second to load. Here we go. Here's the one that has funds in it. I'm going to add my Polkadot account. Fantastic. So on the side here, I have a couple of accounts. I have my Polkadot account, my Ledger Polkadot account. I have a brand new Polkadot and an Ethereum account. I'm going to quickly go in here and I'm going to send some DOT to this hot wallet so we can do some playing around on Equilibrium. I'm going to send 8 DOT to my brand new Polkadot hot wallet here from my Ledger account. 1 second. Oh, maybe Ledger is not working in this particular build. Hang on, that should, give me one, let me try that again. Okay, maybe Ledger's not working in here. Let me quickly send in some funds from another account that I've got as a backup. I'm gonna quickly copy my address. So I'm gonna use this hot wallet here, this brand new Polkadot account. I'm gonna copy my address, choose the Polkadot chain. So I'm whipping over this very quickly because I know you guys have got a lot of stuff to get through. Usually I'd go a bit slowly.
No worries.
Ledger, yeah, take your time. Really excited.
Ledger always gives hard times to the users.
Well, actually, we are currently working on a proof of concept to make Ledger work with every parachain out of the box.
Oh, fantastic.
So, yeah, definitely gonna share it across the community and parachains, and yeah, some of the exciting developments from our side. Yeah.
1 second, guys. I'm just sending in some DOT from my other account. I think it's taking a little while because I'm streaming as well. I'm getting
So probably
an
you
issue.
can. So probably
Go
you
ahead.
can. So you probably can walk us through the interface real quick while we are waiting until your dots arrive
Yeah.
to the wallet.
Yeah, no worries. That's a good call. So where's my Chrome page here? Cool. Let's go back to Chrome. So let's open up the Equilibrium app. Now, I think I'm having some trouble sending some dots into this account. So I'm just going to quickly copy the address, which is back in here. And I don't know if you guys have, by chance, the ability to send me a couple of dots as a demo. It's a pretty bold ask so late in the game. But I think it's because I'm streaming. I'm having a hard time connecting to various RPCs. But I just dumped a dot address in the chat. If you guys can send me like 5 dots or something, that would be really neat, and I'll send them back at the end. But we're going to go here to the Equilibrium dApp. We're going to click Connect Wallet, and you can see all of the wallets that are available. We're going to click Talisman. We get a nice pop-up here. I'm going to connect my Polkadot account, which is the brand new account that we've got. And boom, we're into the Equilibrium app. And yeah, I'm gonna try and get some dots in this account, but we can do a bunch of really awesome things here. First of all, we can deposit dot, we can get some EQ, and what I really want to show you guys, which I have a backup plan, is because I've already done it before, is I want to show you once we fund the account and do some stuff on the Equilibrium dApp. I want to show you all of the balances that you can see in here. By the way, I'm just going to pin the Talisman wallet in here. And so you can click it easily when you're on the Equilibrium dApp. Oh, here we go. Someone funded me. Someone sent me 1 dot. Well, I think I need more than 1 dot because what's the minimum amount that I can deposit to the Equilibrium network? Oh, sweet, I can deposit very little. So let's send 0.997 dot. Perfect. Now let's do 96 dot here.
Be careful not to get ED'd in Polkadot.
Yeah, I'm going to get existential deposit pwned. 1 sec. Let me just try sending this these funds again.
Yeah, I think we have an UI issue there. It should say max, not min. Yeah.
That's right. It's your tweet test in prod. Okay, sorry guys. Let's have a look here. 1.4 dot. Oh, the donations are coming in hot.
Oh.
There you go. I'm trying to make this send again. Oh, here we go. Perfect. Transaction in progress. That's very optimistic. So I think some dots going to arrive in my account. Perfect. Now I have 8.4 dot. Thank you guys for your patience. So we can do some awesome stuff. Let's go deposit. And we're going to click dot. We're going to send 7 dots to something that's larger than max amount. Oh, let's send 6. Thank you guys for prompting me there. 6.34 dots to Equilibrium. I get a nice pop-up. Can you guys see the modal pop-up as well on my screen? Or not?
No, we cannot.
Okay, cool. That's just a limitation of Crowdcast. If you could see the modal pop-up, I could have decoded the transaction and seen the nature of the transaction. Awesome. Here's my transaction details. If I want to go and view that on the Block Explorer, I can. Now I have some dot that I've sent to Equilibrium. Super simple. If I go back to my wallet, you'll actually see in my Polkadot account, you'll see that I still have 6.65 DOT here, but you can see, and like if I click on the DOT asset, I can see a breakdown. I can see I have some DOT on Polkadot, on Equilibrium. I think this hasn't updated yet. I've actually sent most of it to Equilibrium. So let's get some EQ first of all. Oh, hang on. Did I send the right amount of DOT? Maybe I didn't. I don't think I.
Well, I think you did.
$41. Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
So let's go get EQ. Yeah, let's swap one DOT for some EQ tokens. It's a shame you can't see this pop up. Boom. I'm going to approve that. Now I have some EQD tokens. I will have in just a moment. You guys have got so many features on the Equilibrium app. I was exploring earlier. I can bloody borrow and lend and contribute to the insurance pool and do this and that. I think you guys are going to have to come onto a Talisman community call soon and give us a demo of all of these features. I think the last time we spoke, you told us about these features, but they weren't necessarily live yet.
Absolutely, would love to do so. Just
you can see on the Equilibrium web wallet that I have some EQ tokens and I have some DOT, but we can also see in Talisman that I also have in here some EQ and some DOT, which is really awesome. What else was I gonna do? Let's mint some EQD. Let's come in here. I want to borrow 2 EQD, 2 Equilibrium dollars, and I'm going to deposit 0.5 DOT as collateral. And so I'll have a nice little margin there. Again, I'm just going to approve, if you guys can't see the pop-up. I like this little loading animation you guys have got going on here. We're both gotten some nice motion graphics in our applications.
Trying to make things spinning,
Yeah, it's mesmerizing. That's the best part about making transactions, at least for me, inside Equilibrium. Always look at that spinning little
awesome.
cube.
So I have some EQD, I have some DOT, I have some Equilibrium dollars, and then let's go in here and use this interface because this is awesome. I think there's a way that I can lend EQD to borrow stuff. How do I do that? I can lend Equilibrium to borrow things. Deposit. Is it deposit? No, you don't click that.
No, you can't actually lend out EQDs. You can mint them, yeah. But you can lend out all other tokens.
I feel like I was borrowing some. Here we go. Let's go borrow, and let's take out EQDs. No, I want to borrow EQ DOT. Let's borrow some staked DOT on the Equilibrium chain, and awesome.
But I think that you can actually deposit EQD to the lending pool through the Earn tab.
Well, I haven't checked that, but I think I see no reason why you should do that. I mean, it's a stable coin which mints against collateral. Why would you mint it and go lend it? It's like...
Yeah. No, I mean, it happens that people actually buy the stable coins, let's say, from the secondary markets, and you can just bring them into the system and lend out. Why not? This is a pretty obvious use case.
Cool. So guys, I've got a whole bunch of different Equilibrium assets in here. If I come into Talisman, I can see all of the same Equilibrium assets.
Awesome.
Let's say I had let's say I had a whole bunch of accounts in here and a whole bunch of assets. I can come in here and I can go to all accounts and I can see, these are all the assets I've got. I could lend these ones out on Equilibrium and I could earn yield. And given that Talisman is also a multi-chain wallet, I can see in here that I have some DOT, 536 DOT. Most of that's from my Ledger account. can see this really helpful asset breakdown where I can see that I have a whole bunch of dot on the relay chain. I have some dot on Equilibrium now, and I also have 10 dot on Akala, but this is a ledger account. So this is actually dot that I accidentally burned because you can't use the Polkadot ledger app on Akala, unfortunately. But yeah, guys, highly recommend using Talisman as your daily driver for exploring Equilibrium. And yeah, thanks for your patience with getting some assets in there. I think, in spite of the amount of time that we had to wait to fund the account, that was really only about 20 minutes to send assets across blockchains, to be able to manage them in my wallet. Super duper simple. And yeah, I'll give you guys the floor back.
Amazing. Man, that
was really awesome.
Yeah, it was really awesome presentation. Thank you very much. Seems like I'm lagging a little bit. Sorry about that.
That's all good. You're not lagging for me, Alex.
Okay. We are in the same time zone, so it's fine. Okay. Look, thank you very much for making the time, first of all. We're really looking forward to working together in the future. And maybe just last question I wanted to ask you, like, what you guys plans regarding deeper integration of DeFi functionality into your wallets? Like, let's say, let your users lend out things through Summer lending protocols at one click, or let's say mint stable coins on the fly if they need to do so or something.
Yeah, really good question. I think so. A lot of people will notice that in Talisman we have a couple of features, specifically our transaction history and our NFTs, and they link out to an external web application where you can connect your wallet. They link to app.talisman.xyz. And this is a sort of a place where we are testing more experimental features, like, doing multi-chain assets is quite tricky, but doing multi-chain NFT is very hard, doing multi-chain transaction history. And so I would say that, like, we've made a lot of progress in the last year and a half, but we're still, the answer to, like, how do we do multi-chain stuff is still largely, unanswered. We have to figure it out. And so I think what people can expect to see soon on our web application is some easy ways to see, if you have a particular asset, how can I earn some yield on it? And that's what I would like to create, is a way to see, if I have 100 dots and I want to very easily be able to explore ways that I can leverage those dots and maybe deposit them into Equilibrium, but mint some EQD and then go long, or put them into an LP pool, between dot and Equilibrium on Astar or something like that. And so that's probably something people can expect to see in the next few months. But yeah, there's a lot of different kind of issues to focus on, and whether it's like DEX aggregation, earning yield, all of these things. We're thinking about a lot of them, and I would say that if anyone has really strong opinions about what they would like to see in the Talisman wallet, like, please join our Discord and let us know what you would like to see, because we take a lot of guidance from the community with respect to what we prioritize and how we build it. So yeah, jump into Discord. As mentioned, guys, check out Talisman at talisman.xyz, and always feel free to DM me on Telegram or slide into the Discord, let's build stuff together.
Yeah, looking forward to that. And I'm an absolute love with what you guys doing, because I think the use cases that you're capturing in your application definitely something that is in the huge demands, and especially in the current markets, because I guess everyone is looking into staking. So yeah, I think you moved the right direction, and let's keep in touch. Again, thanks very much for this comprehensive presentation. I think it was really helpful for everyone who attended today's community call. We would love to showcase what we have built at Equilibrium if you invite us on the call with the Talisman community, vice versa. So yeah, looking forward to that. Cool.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, thanks very much.
Thank you.
Thanks.
It was really awesome. Yeah.
Okay, so let's move to the next announcement. So we are kind of running a little bit out of time, but anyways, just a sec. Let me share my screen back then. Just a sec. Okay, so what comes next? It's our partnership with Crust.
Yeah, happy to announce our next partnership with Crust. So basically, Crust Network is a decentralized cloud storage provider. So Crust has like 3 main functions like NFT, metaverse, metadata storage, like personal file storage, website or that hosting. So we are super excited to announce that Crust adds EQD stablecoin as a mean of payment for a storage fee. So we think this is a really great value add to Crust developer, especially because then to be the ability to pay in EQD stablecoin or in stable unit, we think it's really helpful because then because like storage fee is a form of operational cost. So then developers will be able to enjoy a stable and predictable operational cost structure, which is super important. So then developers can use their energy and focus on building like great products instead of worrying in like the need for hedging. Do I need to hedge away my, the fluctuating like market price risk of token and so on. So yeah, we think this is a super awesome use case and we are really excited to announce the partnership with Crust. XCM integration with Crust is currently working in progress. We'll announce to the community once it's completed. And we are super excited to be able to invite our honorable guest today, who is Ludwig Clay. Hi, nice to meet you.
Hey, everybody. Nice to be here. It's a pleasure.
Hi, Ludwig.
Thanks very much for joining, and we let you introduce yourself.
Sure. Yeah, my name is Ludwig. I'm the BD lead at Crust Network. Currently, I'm based in Germany. Yeah, before taking the role as BD lead at Crust Network, I was more on the marketing community side. But since the beginning of last year, I'm more responsible for the BD side.
Cool. Yeah, thanks very much for the intro. Can you just a few questions from our side? We obviously very excited about our partnership and looking forward to working with you guys on facilitating payments for your services with the EQD stablecoin. So my question is around like your approach to selling your services and basically how do you envision the stable coins facilitating the sales processes and respectively like how you'll be selling your storage capacity?
Yeah, sure. So first of all, I think Natalie summed it up quite well. So there are some clear advantages of having a stable coin when it comes to paying storage costs, especially when we are talking about larger amount of storage demand and needs. Developers usually want to have a guaranteed price. They want a forecastable price. And by default, we accept our native token CRU, the CRU token, to pay for our storage services, which obviously is very fluctuative. So depending on the market situation, we can go up 5x or go low 5x. So that's nothing really a developer who's handling lots of amount of storage wants for his cost side and his bottom line. So he wants predictable prices, and I think with the stable coin, we can now for the first time we can actually offer this to developers and give them some guarantee for the future. In terms of onboarding clients and providing our services to our clients, I think we have really cool tools, APIs, SDKs to connect to many different chains in a very native way, but you can also use us as standalone, like you usually would use IPFS on its own. Maybe that's an important thing to mention regarding Crust Network. We are built on the IPFS protocol, which is by far the most adopted and used protocol out there in Web3, I would say. or large players like OpenSea, etc., offer NFT storage on IPFS. But IPFS on its own is great. It's a immutable, decentralized storage protocol. But it doesn't come with flaws. So the most issue is that the IPFS network in itself is not incentivized, which means that like when you upload your data to IPFS, there is nobody who actually has a benefit from holding on your data because they don't get rewards and so on. So you don't really have a guarantee in the IPFS network for about like how many nodes will pick up and store your data, or for how long they will keep this data available. And that's why you actually have IPFS pinning services, like, for example, Pinata is a centralized pinning service. Filecoin is another decentralized pinning service, and there is Crust Network. And Crust Network actually, compared to Filecoin, is 100% native to the IPFS protocol. And and all of those kind of like Filecoin or even other storage operators like Arweave that do on-chain storage, they take payment in their own token. And when we look at the AR token price or the CRU token price or whatever Filecoin, we can see a lot of fluctuations in the price. And I feel it opens new doors for developers that formerly were a little bit unsecure about the prices associated with the storage, especially looking long term, because it's very unclear when we take the token price as underlying basis. And with this, we can really provide developers with a price security, price guarantee for the future.
Amazing. Thanks very much for sharing these insights. So from your perspective, like how fast can users start using your services using the EQD stablecoin?
To be honest, I would need to get the most current update on it. I know most of our team is also based in Shanghai, Singapore. So we have the Chinese New Year celebrations over the last week. So I'm not quite sure about the status of implementation, but I hope within the next 2 weeks we can announce something.
Amazing. Cool. Ludwig, we are very proud of our upcoming integration, and hopefully we'll deliver certain value to your project first of all, and hopefully EQD will become the robust and kind of reliable source mean of payment for your storage services. Thanks so much for. Yeah.
This will lower the entry barriers for developers who maybe had a little bit of issues with the volatile price for storage demand, for storage resources.
Yeah. Given that EQD is a native stablecoin for the .sum ecosystem, you might expect that .summer users will come and start using your services right away.
We're looking forward.
Using that. Thanks very much for coming to the call, and let's keep in touch then.
Yeah.
Thanks very much. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, so let's move on. Let's move on just a sec. So I guess our next topic is Ajuna partnership.
Yep. Our next partnership in particular is regarding to EQD stablecoin as well. We are happy that Ajuna network will be adding EQD stablecoin as payment in their in-game microtransactions. So basically, Ajuna network, they are a decentralized gaming platform. So for developers, Ajuna provides like the fastest way to develop decentralized games, and for gamers, Ajuna allow gamers to monetize their in-game assets and trade in-game items. So we are super excited that because Ajuna network will be adding EQD stablecoin. So how this add value to Ajuna users would be they are able to now use a stable unit as sort of like a payment currency. So it's the same thing. Like users, they do not need to bear the price fluctuation risk. And the other benefit is that users would be able to use their .summer assets for minting EQD stablecoin and use that in their in-game for their in-game items purchases and also transactions. So that's super. We are super excited for this partnership because it provides additional utility to our EQD stablecoin. We initially invited our honorable guests today, Nicholas and Cedric. However, they ran off to another call. So unfortunately, we won't be having them today. Hopefully next time. Alex, you're muted.
Yeah, sorry about that. Just a sec. Let's move on then. Hold on a second.
Sure. Yeah, this is regarding what a user can already do with Equilibrium. So as mentioned, I think Alex just mentioned earlier that we will be launching our farming campaign in February. However, before that even happened, there are already a couple of things that a user can already do on Equilibrium, like a few very important core functionalities. Like one is staking your DOT, basically liquid stake DOT, to earn staking rewards and at the same time receive liquid DOT wrapper called EQ DOT. With that, you can further use it for various use cases. Like for one, you can use liquid DOT to mint EQD stablecoin, or you could use EQ DOT to lend asset, lend EQ DOT to earn borrowing income, or you can use EQ DOT as collateral for borrowing other assets. We think this is the most capital efficient way to use DOT because then you don't sacrifice the relay chain staking rewards, and at the same time you can use EQ DOT for other important use cases for additional rewards. So that's like the basic stuff that you could already do right now. So what's next is one, as mentioned, farming campaign that is going to happen in February. So I think Alex already mentioned like couple of strategies that you could use to bump up your APR to maximum like up to 50%. So that's like super cool. So we'll be releasing like articles to put down the details like how you could exactly do it. And the second thing that you will be able to do is after our curve pool launch. So the first curve pool that we're going to launch is EQD USDC pair. So that you will be able to swap like USDC to EQD and vice versa. Then we will be also launching our curve EQD and native USDT pool as well. So same thing, you could swap these two stablecoin with minimal slippage. And of course, lastly, the other core functionality that we will be going live is our order book based DEX. So once that's live, you will be able to trade DOT, ETH, and BTC, and many more like parachain native assets that are supported on Equilibrium via XCM, and be able to trade it in a non-custodial way on our order book based DEX. So yeah, we are super excited on what's coming up next.
Yeah, so I'm taking over, and this is our progress roadmap for 2023. And as my colleagues already mentioned, lots of exciting stuff ahead of us. We want to push forward our stablecoin everywhere possible. So a lot of integrations, and that's our like top priority. Currently in progress, not only Crust and Lirentree, but also Ajuna, BitGreen. We have also integrated with Bifrost. We just need them to approve the channel opening stuff. And let me share in the chat the link in general where you can see the cool graph, pretty much, which shows you all of the current integrations. It's a cool, like a playing tool, I guess. Yeah. So Natalie already mentioned liquidity bootstrap, and we're aiming to launch our farming campaign at the beginning, first trimester or second trimester of February. And we are finalizing our Epsilon pool, which is a stable swap protocol, and going to be putting EQD against USDT and USDC there, and going to be bootstrapping that pool as well. Also, lots of partnerships, and you have heard that already today. You have seen the wonderful presentation on the part of the Talisman wallet and what you can already do with that one. You can also use sub wallet. You can use native Polkadot.GS wallet. You can use Encrypt, and there are some more coming up, I believe. Also, cold wallet support. Yeah, I already kind of spoiled a bit our new exciting development that we're building a proof of concept to actually allow for ledger support for multiple parachains. Our exceptional dev team is working on that right now, and we are hoping to put out a proof of concept within next 2 weeks. So stay tuned. That's going to be awesome. So pretty much right now, in order to work, for example, with Equilibrium and Polkadot, you would need to install 2 different apps on your Ledger device. And with our development, you will only need 1 app. And this is like a huge leap forward for the entire ecosystem, especially for those users who are used to keeping their funds on their cold wallets. So yeah, stay tuned. And of course, last but not least, a lot of product development. We have a lot of UX, UI improvements on our mind. We do a lot of product testing, A/B testing. We gather a lot of analytics, and once the things start really get going, and there will be a lot of liquidity, a lot of user attention to Equilibrium, we will need to analyze somehow all the information we gather and come up with some new and exciting developments and decisions based on that information. So yeah, of course, the roadmap will be emerging, will be more detailed. So please stay tuned. Come to our monthly community calls where we share all the info with you guys. And let's go to the next slide. So as usual, dev updates. Yeah, my part, which I love the best, and since I'm closely related to the dev team. So some of the highlights. We're almost finished with the bridge setup, the multi-chain and Moonbeam, and the EVM XCM connection. And we are already testing transfers of USDC and ETH. Kind of slowed down here a bit because some of the multi-chain devs are also from Asia, so they celebrate the Lunar New Year there and kind of relaxed right now, but we're constantly pushing them forward and trying to make the best out of it. And hopefully soon you will guys see how bridge should work. Everything is abstracted away from the user. You just hit one button and you end up with your assets transferred from Ethereum to Equilibrium. And Ethereum is only a start. Next comes Polygon and all of those chains, EVM-based chains, where lots of stuff is actually happening. So yeah, we've already touched on XCMs, really important stuff, because we need to integrate with as many projects as possible, and we need to spread out EQD in as many places as we can. And in my vision and in our team's vision, EQD is going to be the primary stablecoin of the entire ecosystem, and we're making our best to actually make that happen. Still lots of UI work, because we are preparing new landing pages for our stake.dot solution for the EQD stablecoin. We have rolled out the new landing page for our website, and we want to integrate that with user actions and pretty much get you guys closer to actually interacting with the application directly from landing pages. So doing a lot of work in that direction. Also, as usual, lots of work on the backend side, because we are developing our farming module right now. EQ staking, the multi-purpose staking is also really awesome. You can use your staked EQs in Equilibrium governance, which is up and running already, and you will be entitled to some APR boosts if you stake your EQs for longer. So stay tuned. We'll be explaining that in greater detail in our social media. And yeah, I already mentioned some ledger work and farming, prototyping, and development. So pretty much that's it. That's all I wanted to cover. And thank you very much, guys. So now I guess we need to answer some questions, right?
Yeah, let's let's go through questions real quick. So I actually spotted one in the chats, which seemed to be quite interesting. So Swingy is asking, when can we finally use AXDOT? So this is a real good question. So we will be accepting AXDOT in our liquidity pools on Equilibrium, and once we kick off our farming campaign, so what will happen in February, you will be able to bridge your AXDOT from Jinshir to Equilibrium's parity chain and start using that in our farming campaign, first of all. So AXDOT transfers between Jinshir and Equilibrium will be available real soon. We will additionally announce that in our socials. So here's
cool.
actually
Yeah, tech-wise,
many
we are ready.
questions.
I already tried to transfer my XDots. I succeeded, but still, yeah.
Okay, so we have just 7 questions in the questionnaire section. Just let's go through them real quick. If you knew what you know now about the Polkadot ecosystem, would you just build on Ethereum or something else?
That's
so you
a
know
provocative
what?
question.
You know what? So first of all, just to let you know, we kind of we're big on the Polkadot ecosystem. We are sure that the technology platform behind all the Dot Summer projects is absolutely outstanding, and the substrate framework is probably the most flexible development framework in the blockchain space. So, and answering your question, I would say no, we won't be changing that much on our roadmap. So we definitely will move forward with the Polkadot developments, and we are pretty much dedicated to the Dot Sum ecosystem and to the Polkadot community specifically. So when Nova Wallets, we are in talks with them, so hopefully it will come over real soon as well. I don't have exact dates, to be honest, right now. Why don't you see how many dots I've contributed on the vesting page? On the previous version on your website was more convenient. So we will actually transfer your comments to our product team and figure this out. Just let me.
Yeah, I can take on that. Definitely agree on that. It's just we had so far lots of allocations. We just need to gather them in one convenient place. And our front-end team, unfortunately, is much smaller than the back-end team. And they're really busy with lots of new exciting stuff. But this is like one of the firing tasks in our backlog. So yeah, stay tuned and we'll definitely do that.
Okay. So when EQ will be supported on Trust Wallet, will Equilibrium support Trust Wallet? Can't see my EQ there. Great question. So we pretty much focus on the ecosystem wallets at this point, and I guess most of them already have either already have added the support for EQ and our EQD stablecoin, or they have that on their roadmap. So like, and it will happen like really soon. So regarding like the wallets that work with crypto in general, like Trust wallets, there's something that is always on our radar. And once we complete all the integration with the existing ecosystem wallet, we definitely dip our toes into these integrations as well. When I'll see my EQ on Polkadot.js without using any guides?
I can answer that one as well. Yeah, it's a technical question, so pretty much we are one PR away to the Polkadot.js repository for that to happen, and hopefully we'll take that next sprint. And if we manage to get to these tasks, you will be able to see that.
Okay, so will be ledger supports on Equilibrium. I guess Peter extensively covers on that already. And regarding vesting for Republic participants, does vesting begin with the launch of the EQ platform, or is there a different date set for vesting to begin? So firstly, the platform is already launched and you actually can use the whole bunch of functionality. I can check it on our website, equilibrium.io. Regarding other things, so the tokens for Republic participants will be distributed by the end of this week. I mean, the distribution starts this week, basically, because we were waiting for Republic finalizing all the documents with investors and registering securities with the SEC. So right now, this process is being accomplished, and we are distributing tokens to Republic participants right away. So 6.2 billion supply. Does Subscan show the right info?
I already answered that in comments, Alex. It's also a technical question.
Right.
Ever since we updated our balances, Subscan didn't have a chance to actually keep up with the updates, and they're on the New Year leave right now, so things are taking slowly. But nevertheless, once they're back on track, hopefully they'll change everything quickly. Also, some exciting news. They're preparing an API. They're going to be rolling out in March, and we'll be able to actually do some stuff on the Subscan directly with our own forces. And that's going to be exciting too, because we'll speed up the process really, tenfold, I would say. Yeah, because we'll be doing all of the biggest hurdle right now is we're not like anyone else in the ecosystem. I don't know if that's a good thing or bad thing, but since our system is very tech savvy, we do everything slightly different. So no standard balances, no standard token representations, and that's why all those integrations they struggle a bit, but we'll overcome that definitely. Yeah.
So here's the question: where's the stats of the market? So I guess Alexei Sukhadoev is referring to starting the market for EQ. So right now there is a referendum on our governance portal. If you go there, it's equilibrium.spokeassembly.com. You will find the actual referendum on the EQ listing. So I encourage you, if you hold EQ tokens, to go there and vote right away. So the outcome of this voting will define the outcome of, like, basically the decision on whether the EQ will be listed right now, or we'll be waiting another 1.5 months to vote once again, until the markets will basically recover. So if the proposal passes, we'll be launching the token pretty soon. Any possible solutions to stable coins in Talisman pool that can be withdrawn, or that will affect my ability to move my X dots also in Talisman pool from Ventura to EQ? Thanks. Solutions to stable coins in Talisman pool that can be withdrawn. I can't recall any kind of technical issues on that side. Peter, do you understand what
I guess
Ron is referring to?
there's some debt accumulated there. That's why people can't withdraw stuff before they
right
paid out. So yeah, that's the rule of the game. I mean, that's how insurance works. And you
anyways, please text to our supports, and probably we can help you with that. Okay. Oh yeah. Waiting for loans to be repaid. Okay. Cool, guys. I think that's pretty much it. We are 22 minutes behind the schedule, but anyways, there was a really awesome community call. We have announced a lot of partnerships. I personally encourage you to keep up with our announcements, specifically with regards to our Equilibrium Blast campaign, which is kicking off in February. And that will be like real awesome opportunity for everyone, including the EQ token holders and for liquidity providers to start working with us, with our products, with depositing funds into our liquidity pools and liquidity pools on the external platforms like AMMs on whatever, Astar or Moonbeam or other parachain projects. So we will be announcing like the whole roadmap for the campaign real soon and share all the details on APR mechanics and everything on our blog and Medium. So please stay tuned. We will be also sharing more details on integrations with other partners real soon. Yeah, thanks very much for joining us today.
Yep.
Thank you, guys. I love you. Our community is great. Today's call was great, and see you next time in February. Yeah.
Looking forward to that. Thanks.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.